last time you used your lead dejammer? This is The Measured Pencil. It's Stephen Murray. You knew that because you clicked on our podcast. But I'm here to talk to you about stuff, tools specifically, and I'm using that term broadly. I'm considering tools to be running shoes or a notebook or just, something you need to get a task done. There are many times in my life when I want to start a new hobby, whether it's running or rock climbing or playing the mandolin. And one of the first steps, maybe the most exciting step, even more exciting than actually doing it, is going out and getting all the stuff. And the rabbit hole you can go down of getting all the right stuff. If I have this, I'll be better. If I have this, it will make it easier. If I have this, it will lower the threshold of me actually doing it. And a lot of times it's not money well spent. I went through a similar phase when I started with this podcast. We had to have the microphones, and we had to have the mixer, and we had to have the quiver to put the pencils in, and we had to have this, and we had to have that. These all were very useful things, but I also acquired some other stuff, which maybe has just sat on my desk. Not the first time. But I want to circle back to that lead dejammer question, because early on in the podcast, Wes was going through the features of a pencil on one of the episodes, and it says it has a lead dejammer, and I got excited. I hadn't seen one of those in years. I remember pencils from the 1990s all having the little metal wire that you could get the lead out of your pencil. I don't think I'd ever actually used one. When was the last time you used one? So Wes thought it was odd. It may have been. And in that time between that episode and now, I had not used any of the lead dejammers that came with my pencils, but they're useful to have. However, the other night, my son came to me and said his Zebra Z-Grip pencil needed more lead. And I was very excited that he was excited by his mechanical pencil, so I jumped in and was ready to help. But as I took the pencil apart, I found out that, it did have lead, but it wasn't advancing the lead. So this was an opportunity to fix a pencil with my son, and I could not be happier. I got out all my tools. I got out the jewelry magnifying glass that I had purchased, and it was actually useful because I found that not only was there a small piece of lead in the clutch mechanism, there was a small piece of lead in the lead sleeve, which we were able to push out with the lead dejammer. But there was a third piece of lead stuck in the nose cone that I would not have found without that magnifying glass. So then I had to scramble to find a pair of tweezers, and we had tools all over my desk that had sprung up from the simple question, can you add more lead to my pencil? So this had become a whole project, but the best part was that I was ready. I had all the tools, and I got to put them to use. Who knows when I'll ever use them again, but that moment was special. And I know I'm presenting this in a way where you accumulate stuff to substitute for your knowledge. A perfect example is I used to buy all sorts of books and then put them on display as if the books represented my knowledge, whether I had read them or not. It was something I could access. But the idea of having a physical representation of knowledge and ability, I think, is something that a lot of us buy into. I had a great moment with my son where all the things that I wanted to be aligned with all the things that I had, and I was able to solve his problem. Now, I could point to a million things during the week where I fall short of saving his problems, and there's always room for improvement, and sometimes just showing up is all you can do. But in that one moment, I felt validated, I felt like a pencil expert, and I felt like a good dad.
This was The Measured Pencil with Wes Nelson and Stephen Murray. Theme song and additional music composed and performed by Josh Baumgartner. Additional production support by Two Desk Productions. If you want to see what the pencils look like, please follow us on Instagram at The Measured Pencil. If you'd like to share your pencil story, please record a short audio file, maybe 1 to 2 minutes, and email it to us at themeasuredpencil@gmail.com. Or, if you'd like us to review your favorite pencil, please email us with the name and it might appear on a future episode. Thanks for listening.